I've come back from open sauce. I'm streaming to pass some time right now, and I gotta say, guys, hope I don't get sick tomorrow. Open sauce is fun. I don't think you. Oh God, man, dude. Okay, so I left a couple days ago to go to open sauce. Okay, I don't know how to. I've realized the problem with this describing open sauce is it's very interesting. So originally, open sauce was described as a adult science fair, but then some people assumed it was NSFW, and then now I don't know how to describe it. It's a science convention started by a lot of science YouTubers. We were invited, so we went out, and it's essentially just like a big ass science fair. It's just a lot of like nerds. It's literally a nerd con, and it was so fucking funny. Okay, like legit. By the way, if you're Michael Reeves at this convention, like this is like Lily Pichu at Anime Expo. Like you're fucked. Like you are like the most popular dude in the world at this convention if you're Michael Reeves. Like I don't know how the fuck he even walked at all. It's better for me to describe. Let's just describe one of the first thing that happened. I ended my Q&A panel. The first booth I walked to, literally, I walked outside. There's booths inside and outside. I walked outside to a booth outside. The guy looked over at me and was like, yo, you're going to want this. And I'm like, what? And he flagged me over, and it was he built a robot that scanned for faces and shot a stream of beer into the mouth of the person. And he was like, you gotta try this. And I was just like, fuck it, yeah, let's go. So I'm like standing up, and I'm like, and then like as it moves around, and then it misses. And so I'm like reorienting, like, as it goes into my mouth and all over my face, okay? And so I'm like drenched right here with liquid. And as this happens, okay, people are coming up while I'm doing this, and immediately it's finished. There's no aftercare. This guy doesn't have paper towels. He doesn't have wet wipes. He doesn't have napkins. He's just like, cool, right? And I'm like wiping my fucking face, being like, yeah, awesome. And people are there being like, yo, can I have a pic? And I just drenched being like, yeah, man. Like I'm like, yeah, there is a time and a place, guy. A time and a fucking place. Anyways, that's an example of a booth at Open Sauce. Another example was and my favorite example at Open Sauce, there was this booth that was, could you survive on the Titanic? And they remade the famous door scene in Titanic. For people who have never watched the Titanic, because it's really old, the main characters, Jack and Rose, had to balance on the door in the freezing water to survive. And so they made a rickety, like, door. They put sensors all over it. And if it tilted 15 degrees in any direction, the sensors would flash red. So you got on and you tried to not make it flash. So I'm like balancing like this to try to not make it flash red. And then my fan, someone who knew me in the crowd was like, yo, are you okay if I come on with you? Because of course, in the Titanic, there's two people. So we play Rose and Jack, and he tries to get on as I'm already on the door. And we have to like try to counterbalance it and not die. It was really cool. They also had at the same booth, they had like a water area where you could put your hand in the water that it would be how cold the water would be in the scene, which is very fucking cold, by the way. It was just a really cool thing. Like there was just that should give you an idea of like what kind of booths there were there. Was I Jack or Rose? Jack was in the water, right? I was Rose. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean it was cool. It was really cool. I think I was I? Oh, it's Jack.